There's no shortness of talent in the pipeline. And the duty or the onus is on us to protect, find, and hone and nurture and direct said talent and provide opportunity. And I'm very grateful for the JMC for what they're doing, this great outreach. Now, in the diaspora, when I was back in college, you would, any given Sunday, back then, you'd be a superstar. You drove up to the weekend hangouts, the soccer games or whatever, and in your car you'd have Stereograph or a Jalop or a Stone Love, a CD, a cassette at the time, playing. You'd be cool, you know, and there was, the reggae was our connect, our direct connect to Jamaica. And the record stores, mostly vinyl music, you'd go and get them, you'd go to the parties, and you'd celebrate. Our music continues to teach. Because the first time, well, when I was in high school, the first time I ever heard of apartheid was a Peter Tosh recording. We're gonna fight against apartheid. I never knew what it meant. I was a kid, but I knew it's something that I don't like. Cause I know Peter said, go down, go to Babylon, fight against this, fight against this, so apartheid must be something. So that's my first introduction. Fast forward, more recently, Butch was recording about Sudan, the atrocities and the genocide in Sudan. These are news items that where I live, if you're lucky, you find on page 6 or at the end of the news, and it's a little thing that is kind of in passing. But it brings an awareness that is very pertinent and relevant, certainly to us, and needs to be known. And our music is also, I wasn't here when Gilbert came, but Love and Dear's classic, No, while Gilbert, though a sensitive time, he, you know, captured everything, you know, spoof and still being sensitive to the loss. But it is a classic today that chronicles the history of our nation, the visit of His Majesty Early B, the Tory Rebels classic. What a nice place to live. I've seen people hear that song and literally go and book a ticket and come to Jamaica.
That is only when you listen to the front part.
Because it still is true to our island nation that it is the nicest place to live with all her challenges. You know, Mr. Ivo Hooper of Third World, the legendary Third World. Just last week, the situation, you know, with the NFL situation with Colin Kaepernick, and we used Third World song there, Human Marketplace. Why is this buying and selling still going on? To punctuate, you know, some of what is still happening. So my thing is that the reggae music is an international language, but reggae music, when you strip away the strings and the wind instruments, at the core of it is the drum and the bass. In particular, the Nyabingi beat. That simulates a heartbeat. My brothers and sisters, reggae music is a personification of life. It is a living, breathing, to me, entity. That's why it's such a strong message music. And it is Jamaica's great gift to the world. We have to understand and appreciate that and treat it as such. It's quite disconcerting to know that it is captured as others in the GDP of Jamaica. Because, and truth is, Michael Jackson's song, Start with the Man in the Mirror, we have to take some culpability for that, some onus for that. Rest with us, because we can't allow this to happen. We need to do something, seriously do something about that. So in college, my business partner and I in college in New York, we were in school, and different holidays, they'd have St. Patrick's Day where the Irish would celebrate, or Columbus Day with Italians, and different ethnicities, different groups. And there's a college radio station, and we kind of felt left out because there was nothing Caribbean or nothing Jamaican for sure. Until the rest of short, there was like Black History Month, February, where invariably you'll hear the Third World or UB40, Big Mountain, kind of classic Aswad, classic reggae, of course, Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, and once in a while. And we thought to go and get greater rotation during February, and lo and behold, we're able to get some more X-Lenting and Joyride kind of presentations going. And later on, when it became earlier in the year, the school year, it was Labor Day weekend, which is a very celebrated Caribbean weekend in the United States. We also got an opportunity there to do some presentation. And by virtue of that, we got involved with radio. And we have been sharing. Come next year, it will be 25 years of diaspora, of Barry Jam Radio in the diaspora. And so they explained to me, we have now the Barry Jam 360, which is a collaboration or an incorporation of TV and radio, as a matter of fact, an aggregation of social platforms. And so if you don't know the Barry Jam app, it's still a soft launch as of now and a work in progress, but we anticipate that's the direction that we're going, because the proliferation of social media, of the internet, and has certainly changed. There's an exponential change in how we market and and that is what we have to pay strict attention to going